Welcome back, everybody, to Small Cap Recap. We are with our new setup because we did so well yesterday. You guys loved it. We're going to keep it going. We had some good trades today, and I am proud to say Bryce didn't beat me, but I didn't necessarily beat him today. We're counting this one as a tie. How much did you make today, Bryce?
$13,400, I think $11. $13,400.
Right. If we get really granular, I'm not actually sure who won, but I was around $13,400 too. So we're counting it as a tie. 26 grand, 27.
Just about 27.
Basically $27,000. So not too shabby. All are in Small Cap Rocket chat room. That's why we're doing these Small Cap recaps. Make sure you check it out. But if you're not in the room, we just, we want to give you some education too. And then obviously, if you want to see these plays beforehand, that's where you get access to it. You get access to the watch list. You get access to the plays in real time, and you get access to Q&A hour. I noticed you did a Q&A hour today as well because it was a little slow midday. So Bryce, instead of just like disappearing, decided to answer some questions.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. Like for me, I'm basically at my computer all day. So if I've got some downtime, sometimes that Q&A hour turns into like 3 Q&A hours. Now they're not always an hour, but I let people just load me up with questions, and I'll answer them until I find a trade or I have something else to do. So yeah, no, you get a lot of Q&A time with me. And then obviously Matt and Papa too will pop in for Q&A.
Right, absolutely. And we do strategy sessions. If you are not in Small Cap Rockets, we are actually doing a joint one together tomorrow. Friday, July 9th, right after market close. Strategy session for all Small Cap Rocket members.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. We'll go over our strategies, what we're trading today, because what we're trading like in the current market versus the last couple markets, it's totally different. The market's changed. There's still a ton of plays, but like I'm saying, they're different. So it's important to attend these strategy sessions. And that's Small Cap Rockets. So
sure.
Let's cue up the screen. No question today, NEGG. This little egg here was by far the craziest runner. We traded it a little yesterday, and today it just went bananas. Yesterday we called it our biggest miss of the day, and today I'm going to call it my biggest miss of the day once again. So Bryce didn't actually trade it until after the parabolic, which is crazy. Let's pull up like a 10-day here so you can see from $10 to a high today of 78. That is insane. Yesterday, we talked about this huge 50% spike, which today looks tiny compared to what happened. We started with a spike out the gate and we didn't stop. And then even after this parabolic blow off, if I pull up a 1 minute chart, you can really see it. We grinded back and then hit new highs. It was crazy. My trade on it today, my best trade on it was out of the gates. It perked out over yesterday's highs and then consolidated a little bit. You can see the highs here, roughly $30. We'll call it, $29.50. I bought it over that because it perked and then consolidated. And I bought 1,000 shares over this consolidation around 32. And I had a baller sell and it was all out by 34.50. So
it was almost better than my entering at 21 and selling at 22.5.
Right. I basically did the same thing today Bryce did yesterday.
Yeah.
Great single in the moment. Like you have no idea this is going to go to $78. So I locked in what I was comfortable with. And it just never looked back. We had several halt ups. You can see the wicks here. It's a low float stock. Down in the corner here, StocksToTrade, this basics, 4.6 million float. That's really tiny. And I'm just surprised NEGG because I've bought stuff off NEGG.
Me too.
Is a low float like this. But who knows what's going to happen. Crazy blow off. Shorts are definitely stuck, but it's up from $10. Like it's at $70 now. So this could gap up to 100. It could gap down. There's not many trades left for it on me. I'd be looking for panics, big panics like GME style panics where panic like multiple halt downs, 50% basically panic for a possible 20-30% bounce. That's pretty much the only trade left for me on it. Probably this week we might get a nice first green day. Probably a really good first green day on this.
It might even be next week. That could be Monday.
That's what I'm saying. Probably Monday or Tuesday next week this will happen because we'll need a couple red days. But shorting this is also scary too. Bryce and I don't short many stocks, mostly long bias traders, but I would not want to be short this.
Nope. Nope.
So the next one, I'll go over DTST and then we'll pass it off to Bryce and some of his trades. This one, another big runner, big gap up today, and then just got crushed. I think Kramer talked about this, gave it some shit on live TV, and it just, really hard pullback here. But there's this guy that's like 11 a.m., like trends tend to shift. Here we're seeing it to the downside, but even on the upside, just a spike will stop spiking because 11 a.m. comes. And the thought process here is the morning traders are exiting their positions, the momentum shifting a little bit. And that's why I like to see, for a lot of my long trades, that consolidation through midday. What I'm seeing here is this 11 a.m., all those shorts that rode this down. We had a double, triple, even quadruple bottom post 11 a.m. Really tight risk. If I zoom in, I got in around 940 on this perk here, risking 20 cents a share. Sold 10.17 was my best sell. So about 80 cents a share gain on 20 cents risk. So that's 4-to-1 risk reward. That's pretty textbook. And it might look a little weird if you're not familiar with these bounce plays, but it's the same thought process. You know, a lot of big short sellers like to talk about shorting like parabolics or morning spikes. I'm trying to buy the dip, especially when this risk reward gets so tight post 11 a.m. It's very easy trade. It's a quick trade. And the risk is just clear as day, which makes it easy for people to understand.
Absolutely.
So that was my best, one of my best trades of the day besides NEGG. And then DPLS. So sorry, I forgot to follow up with this in the beginning. I talked about yesterday how I was swinging it. I literally just exited it out of the open. Sellers came in, bids got smacked, and this stock is scary. Dark Pulse is the name. Like, if that's not a warning, I don't know what is. So I got right out of it, and then it had this weird dump spike. This is just a weird stock. I really don't want to be part of it anymore. Probably won't be going forward, but just want to make sure I followed up on what happened with that one. So now what do you want to do first? ISEE? Or NEGG, you go your NEGGs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I skipped over you there.
No, you're all good. No, you're all good.
I was just in the zone. I was really feeling it today. So
no, you're good. So as Matt said, I actually didn't trade it at all on the way up. I didn't see a good spot to enter for me. But as soon as basically, right, we get this halt down, and then it just held the $50 area the whole time, and that gave a break of the consolidation, and shorts were still stuck. So I took 500 shares from I think like 48.5 up to 54. And I just basically scalped it all day. Now, as soon as that halt down closer to 130 happened, I actually alerted this live in small cap. I said this.
I'm pulling up your trades for you. Don't worry.
Oh, cool.
So we can see it. Bryce does a really good job posting on Twitter. So here's his NEGG trades.
Yeah. Yep. There are the scalps right there. I guess I didn't get in at 48.50. Close enough. Just $2 off. Yeah, a couple good scalps, and I actually called it as soon as that short trap happened, break below 55. I called it right in small cap. As soon as it recovered, I said, this is probably a big short trap. I started in way too high and got scared out. It was too volatile for me because that risk of a dump is still there. And I said, you know what, it's not worth taking a $1,500 loss on 100 shares. That's just no fun. So I got out, but walked through my thought process of why I thought this had parabolic potential towards the end of the day, even after that halt down. And clearly it worked. Try going over to the next chart here. What do we?
Oh, you want to see your other trades?
Oh, yeah. I feared that was Moxie. You don't even need to go over that. ISEE, here we go. We can bring that up in the StocksToTrade chart.
All right, let's go back over. Yeah. ISEE is a nice one. I had a little trade on as well. I just wasn't as patient as Bryce, so he gets the honor here. You want to see multi-day, like 5 days here or what? Yeah,
sure. I mean, basically the whole theory yesterday is that it in a sense, trapped shorts with that massive doji candle. We had a really big spike up in pre-market with very little volume, fade off, and shorts just there was really never, I'm not going to say not a spot for them to get out because it didn't really do a whole lot, but it did break those days highs. So if anyone was short from yesterday, they're still stuck. Now, I actually am going to be watching this pretty heavily tomorrow if it doesn't gap up. But yeah, no, as you can see, excuse me, I'm sick.
Getting me sick, brings it to the office.
Oh, unreal. This guy. That's a lie. No, I basically, as soon as we had that uptrend basically all day going, I bought in a little after 1 o'clock as we approached high of day with 5,000 shares added, took some off, bought again, ended up, I think, making about $3,000 on the trade, which that included a couple losses, a couple wins, because as you can see, it didn't really do what I had hoped for. But as we did break that high a day, we got to push into the 970s where I sold the vast majority of my shares. So overall, really good trade. As Matt said, the momentum is definitely different now. We'll be talking about that on Friday in the live strategy session, but still doing well, adjusting really well to it. And we absolutely crushed it today. Another 5-figure day from the duo here.
That's right. And it's every morning. It's very, very weird. Bryce and I talk about this every day. Like, we have the same exact conversation where we're super excited going in. There seems to be some setups. And then, like, for the first, 30 minutes, everything just gets crushed and dies. And then, me a month ago would have been like, I'm not trading anything today. And then I saw Bryce just continuously crush it. And I just, figured out what he was doing, started asking questions and paying attention. And he's been doing a great job because there are trades there. It's just, it's different.
Scalpy.
They're more scalpy. They're shorter term. You got to pick really good spots, really good entries. And if you're wrong, you just got to get out. I mean, like, these are all really good just trading rules you should be following. But the follow through isn't really there like it used to be. What was that ticker I traded today? It was O something. OPTN? OTPN?
OPTN.
OPTN. Let's pull it up. That wasn't that one. OTNP? Oh, man. ONT.
1PT?
OPTN, I feel like. We just did that one.
Oh, and Bryce is the dumbest guy that Matt knows.
Technical difficulties here. OPNT. Oh my, how did I not try that combination? OPNT. All right, we got it pulled up. This was a trade I had today too, and a great example. That's why I want to bring it up, of just no fall through momentum. It went sideways all day. Had some news after hours yesterday, which led to this gap up. Volume was a little lower, but there was clear as day this like 18-20 level was very important. So I took a little small trade on this here around $18, and it immediately ramped to 20, and then just got killed. Just got
out of nowhere. Look at that volume that just came in, the selling pressure.
That's what I'm saying. So the trade, 2-3 months ago would have been the follow through 20, 21, 22. Because it would have consolidated, held these levels. Like, it was perfect until just that volume pressure came through and crushed it.
Yep.
But I entered pretty quickly. 1950, I was able to get my shares off as well here. But yeah, that's just a perfect example of what we're seeing. You got to pick your spots. Outline the key important levels. On this one, it was 1820. On ISEE, we just went over clearly $9 was super important as well there. You just pick the levels, pick the risk, execute your trade plan. Makes trading sound pretty simple.
It does. Way more simple, because then you actually have to follow the plan.
Then you need to follow the plan.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. Yeah. So trading isn't easy. The market's shifted, and it's important just you shift as a trader with it. That's what I'm going through right now. Bryce is like living his dream because this is how he always trades. So.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Absolutely. Any closing remarks or what?
Nah, man, I'm ready to get this live strategy session underway. If you're in small cap rockets, be there on Friday after close.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. Tomorrow we will not do one. We are leaving the spotlight on Twist. That is the podcast I've been doing with Jack and Kyle for over a year now. I have them on. They go over their trades. Totally different perspective than Bryce and I because they're more short sellers, more short bias traders. So make sure you check it out. And if you're new, like, subscribe. And hopefully, we'll see you guys Friday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy hump day. Cheers, guys.
Peace.